Hi, my name is Omar Faris Lukaido.
Hi, my name is Aisha Moira binti. Hello, my name is Fatin Erdana binti Muhammad Izal. Hi, my name is Afifan Tijan Aman. Hi, I'm Aliaman Yusuf.
Hi, the article that our group has chosen to complete this group project is increasing in demand of local rice. Rice is necessity goods because all human beings need rice to survive and we cannot live without it. In Islamic perspective, the type of good of rice is daruriyah. This situation is related to our syllabus Microeconomics ECO162, which is Chapter 2, Demand and Supply, Chapter 3, Elasticity of Demand and Supply, and Chapter 4, Market Equilibrium. The law of demand states that the higher price of import white rice, the lower quantity demand of that goods, and the lower price of local white rice, the higher quantity demand of that goods. So, consumer will choose local white rice as their substitute goods. Secondly, supply is defined as the ability and the willingness to sell and produce a particular product and service in each period of time at a particular price. The law of supply states that the higher price of import white rice, the higher quantity supply of the goods, and the lower price of local white rice, the lower quantity supply of the. Next, elasticity of demand and elasticity of supply. Elasticity of demand for this situation is price elasticity because of the responsiveness of change in quantity demand in import white rice due to the change made in price. Similarly, in this situation, elasticity of supply is price elasticity because the responsiveness of the change in quantity supply of import white rice due to the change in price. Lastly, is market equilibrium. There will be both of the demand and supply curve. This interaction will determine the price and quantity of a product. So, market equilibrium will be found when the quantity demand and quantity supply are equal and there is no tendency for the price and quantity to change. From this article, import white rice will be shortage.
Theory related with issue. Based on the article regarding our topic, increasing in demand of local white rice, we figure out the main issue regarding our topic. It states that the price hike of imported white rice have been increased by the government. Before this, everyone is looking for imported white rice because there's not much difference in the prices. The price increased from RM33 to RM39 ringgit. The price increase can be caused by the nature factor such as climate change, global warming, seasonal diversity, coupled with economic issues. Hence, the other country cannot import more of their white rice to our country due to these kinds of factors. Next, it's clarified that until 2021, there is no demand for local white rice because of the price difference. Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Dr. Azman Mahmoud said that the price adjustment had led consumer being more inclined to switch from imported white rice to local white rice. The government imposed a price control to local white rice about RM26 ringgit per 10 kg of bag. As a result, there is no increasing and the price of local white rice remain constant. Finally, the sufficiency level of country supplies is currently at 50% because country supplies is vulnerable to supply disruption. Not to mention the average Malaysian consume, including foreigner, in demand for local white rice. The government had a problem in increasing the domestic production to fulfill consumer need and taken intervention measure to increase the supply of local white rice as much as they can. But this is only the temporary measure. Meanwhile, the government still figuring out about the solution and reforms to increase productivity of white rice and paddy industry.
I'll explain about how the curve looks like. First, diagram 2.1 is about demand curve of imported white rice. From the diagram, it shows relationship between the price of imported white rice and demand and quantity demand of imported white rice. The diagram is elastic because the quantity demand of imported white rice is relatively responsive to the price change made, and coefficient is greater. The difference between the price of imported white rice before increase and after it has been increased is clearly seen. After the price increase from P0 to P1, quantity demand decreased from Q0 to Q1. The demand curve is flatter slope. Next, diagram 2.2, demand curve of local white rice. From the diagram, it shows demand of local white rice increase from D0 to D1. Demand curve shift rightwards due to increase in the price of imported white rice. The diagram is elastic because of responsiveness of consumer in the price of rice. When the price of imported white rice increase, consumer will change imported white rice to local white rice. This will cause quantity demand increase from Q0 to Q1. However, local white rice suppliers are not allowed to raise price as they please because the government has set price ceiling for local white rice as shown in diagram 2.3. Diagram 2.3 about market equilibrium curve of local white rice. The diagram shows the government intervention in the market by setting the price ceiling below the equilibrium price. Here, when the maximum price P1 is below market price, shortage of local white rice happen. An excess demand or shortage of rice Q2 to Q1 occurs due to the maximum price. Once more, the price ceiling is set for the sake of maintaining fairness and justice that would benefit social welfare, so that no one, especially consumer, would get harmed.
Let's be questioning why increase in demand of local waters happen and what is the solutions to it. This happens because the world experiences global warming. The imported rice producers had difficulty in supplying their rice because they are producing less than usual. The rising in temperatures, resulting in soil drying, intimidates the ability of the rice to grow since there is not enough moisture for the seedling to be growing. It can also pose heat stress on the paddy. Do you know? Some studies say that global warming leads to El Nino phenomenon. A strong El Nino phenomenon generally means there is less rainfall for the thirsty crop. This proves that global warming impacts their rice outputs, that puts strain on its supply chain. Moreover, since the rice market does not have a lot of excess potential supply for demand, this means if there were rice yield drop in a region, then the rest of the supply chain will be affected. This resulted in price hike for the imported white rice, since there is less supply of them, which caused consumers to respond to the changes made and switch from buying imported white rice to buying local white rice. We also have problem with the shortage of our white rice. Our country only produces approximately 60% of our rice, which means rice supply from foreign countries is very needed for the welfare of our citizens. This issue can be resolved with the government intervention in giving Padi Beras Nasional Bernas subsidies and incentives such as capital intensive to increase labor productivity and to boost the local production of our rice. From the subsidies given, Bernas can help rice producers to improve their rice production by using modern technologies. Along with, government can provide more suitable land for the rice production. The land used for the rice production also needs to be expanded in order to produce more rice paddy. Additionally, Bernas can look for more workers to help in the rice paddy manufacturing process. This unknowingly contribute to deflation in the unemployment rate of our country.
1. Market equilibrium curve of local white rice that we get from the discussion. After carrying out efforts to increase local production of white rice, supply increased from S0 to S1. Supply curve shift rightwards and demand remain the same, which is D. The equilibrium price increased from P0 to P1 and quantity demand increased from Q0 to Q1. The original equilibrium level E0 changed to new equilibrium level E1. To conclude, the solution that we have stated in 3.1 help minimizing the shortage that occurs.
To sum up, price hike in imported white rice is caused by natural factors such as climate change, global warming, seasonal diversity coupled with economic crisis that makes the other country could not import more of their white rice to our country due to these kind of factors. In this case, imported country must prioritize their own citizen first before other country. Before this, consumers choose imported white rice because they have better quality than the local white rice. However, after the price of imported white rice increased, consumers start to buy local white rice, which causes increase in demand for local white rice. Price for local white rice does not increase because government already set the price ceiling for it. Unfortunately, this situation will lead to shortage because producers cannot produce more due to too much demand for these goods. Therefore, producers need to find ways to increase supply for local white rice in the market. For instance, rice producer needs to change agricultural methods using the latest technology. In this situation, agricultural products will be of better quality and also the quantity of products can be increased. The government role is also important to open more rice fields according to the rate of growth and consumer demand. As a result, this effort could make the supply of white rice sufficient for all the citizens.